Welcome to TLC for the Soul podcast, where soul meets spirit. You have entered into sacred space. I'm your host, TAMI Chambers, and I'm here to help you shine. Now let's get going on this podcast journey. Hello, friends. Hello, and welcome to the introduction of this special new series called Knights on White Horses and Ladies in Waiting. I'm outside today. We've been blessed with amazing weather. Last year at this time, my first winter here, was a blizzard and 2 feet of snow dropped down, and I was in like shock. Sasquatch. I was in shock. And now today, the same time, it's in the 50s. It's going to be in the 50s today. And it's a beautiful blue sky, no clouds, sun shining. And I've been given the green light to go ahead from the guides that overlight all the work that I do. Calling in Archangel Michael, Archangel Metatron, the Pleiadians, to bring forth this new series for you. Now, I will say up front, this is probably not going to be for everybody. However, let's just put it this way. Okay, if you're following me or the work that I do, then you're part of the TLC for the Soul community. And everybody in the community it's reciprocal energy, right? Before I even get into the topic real quick. It's reciprocal energy. So if one of us rises, the rest of us rise just by kind of being in the same vibe, in the same container, so to speak. Following the same container of work. So with that in mind, then I would say, even if this isn't directly impacting you, by you possibly deciding to follow along with the series, you're lending energetic support to your fellow bringers of the light who might be the ones working on this particular series more directly. So there may be more direct impact. And then, so we're kind of all holding space for each other and what each other's working on. And that is why, so I'm going to say then, this series is about finding your soul partner. And it's not just twin flame, although twin flames are a part of this. It's anybody who wants to find their one, which is why this first episode is called It Starts With a Wish. Now, I did start on my other, on the podcast and on my other channel. It is a bit windy today, so you may hear a little wind in the microphone because I'm outside because I could not resist. And there's horses around me. There's a big horse trailer right there. Okay. So to take advantage of this energy, this horses amplify for me. But it starts with a wish. So I did start on a twin flame series, and then I kind of stopped it for a little while because I want to reach out to more people, because not everyone is a twin flame on a twin flame journey. Some of you are twin flames and don't know that you are. Some of you just want to find relief from the aloneness of a solitary spiritual path. And each one of you, regardless of the labels that you put on this thing, have made a wish. Either maybe it's a wish you've forgotten you made. Maybe it's a wish you made in a previous lifetime. Maybe it's a wish you're going to make now after you listen to this, to find your one. I'm going to call it your one. And you can define it however you want. If your one ends up being your twin flame, then so be it, right? Everybody that joins in this series is going to find or connect or end up being with their one. Let's define their one. So we're already wrapped in love, light, and light love, as is customary with everything we do on this show. But we have additional guides who like to join us for these types of series, these love series. So we've got Archangel Chamuel. I do have a host of lesser known guides, many dragons and many mated pairs, dolphins, dragons, wolves, different shifters have been part of my team for quite some time now. So this is the introduction, kind of, and I'm walking up a hill, hence the heavy breathing. This introduction is meant to just kind of give you a brief overview of what Spirit will be working with us on during this series. And the series culminates now because planets, you keep hearing planets are aligning in your favor. Planets are aligning, have aligned. The Venus star point, Venus star has moved into Libra, but there's an overarching thing happening with the Venus star point energies that goes beyond just Venus being in Libra. So, and that carries forward in the years to come. That influences this work. The nodes of fate shifting into Aries and Libra also are in perfect alignment now to help you on this quest. And this show, this series, is not just for the divine feminine. It is for the divine masculine as well. Because I'm here and the guides are here to help both parties come into alignment, understand the work that needs to be done, get ready to be ready, understand what needs to happen, and then get aligned and get these reunions and these unions up and running for the divine service that needs to start taking place on the planet as each one of you comes into greater alignment with your service work in the world. I'm at the top. I'm by the medicine wheel. Let me just sit here and see what they want me to do. Yeah. Earth, Venus, and Mars. Yeah, and I'm standing right now in between. This medicine wheel is an ancient one, but they also have stones for all the planets, like a little solar system that's spread out over the whole area. And I'm standing now by the Earth. Well, I'm standing actually by Mars, but Earth and Venus and Mars are kind of what's, so the divine masculine, the divine feminine, just a confirmation. And this series is meant to go into 2024. I don't know yet how many shows there's going to be. I plan to do one of these a month, kind of like at the beginning, around the beginning of the month, introducing kind of the core agenda of what you'll be focusing on for the month ahead. And then there'll be some sort of other supporting episode or show that will help you with that, be it healing or just meditations, light language. It could be any number of things for the supporting show is how they're laying it out for me now. Now I have done, my background is a lot, but a part of my background was in IT corporate training. So I know how to put these kinds of courses together. So I'm really excited to be able to do it for a topic that I'm really, really excited about. And not necessarily like how to do a mutual fund redemption, which is very dry and boring. Burial mounds. And I'm standing here looking at a little placard that's talking about burial mounds, because where I'm at here too, there are burial mounds. It says the area before you is a burial mound or Native American cemetery built about 1,500 to 2,000 years ago. I had no idea it was that old. This particular mound complex consisted of 15 circular mounds and 5 linear mounds. Wow. The mounds were made by stripping sod from a circular area. A burial chamber was excavated in the center of this area, and individuals placed inside in various ways, depending on their age, sex, or social status. They were positioned on their back sides, face down, sitting, or even standing. Jewelry, tools, food, or symbols of their associated clans may have been included. Sometimes only the bones were buried in bundles or baskets. With the passage of time, burial customs changed, and the use of burial mounds was discontinued. And this is an 11-acre burial mound complex first surveyed in 1883 by T.H. Lewis. As part of the Northwest Archaeological Survey, Lewis mapped features such as burial mounds, rock alignments, and pictographs in 11 states and Manitoba, Canada. The 3 parallel lines connected to mounds, they're shown on a diagram, 12 to 15, depict the linear mounds attached to them. The purpose of linear mounds is not known. So a lot of the work we're going to do, and everything that happens during the podcast is part of the podcast. Oh, it's so windy up here at the top. I got to move further down in off the top. Whew. I don't have a coat on. And it feels great. A lot of the work that we'll do in this series, Knights and Ladies, is about laying old things to rest. It may be past life stuff. Before I came out here, Egyptian stuff was coming up. There's so much we need to work on, you guys. It's not going to happen overnight. I'm just going to be very upfront and honest. This is not an easy journey, but you've already kind of started on it. Once you decided that you wanted something better than what you have now, or not even better than what you have now, but kind of that you needed that other part of you to come in and help out. You need resources to be more successful in your life. Like we're talking about power couples, kind of in a looser, not in the sense that that maybe you're thinking about power couples where you're thinking like, oh, this is a celebrity couple. I think when people hear power couples, there's this assumption that both parties are some sort of, celebrity, like on the red carpet. And Spirit sees power couples maybe in a broader sense than that, in that, number one, and I talked about this already, I don't know when it was now. I keep feeling parrot. If you hear me with parrot, we call it like parrot guidance. If you've heard this before on whatever show it was, it's like, okay, this is double confirmation. But the light that you give as a solitary practitioner, the energetic signature that you have as part of your Bringers of the Light work here on the planet is exponential and beyond, anything that somebody who's not on the spiritual path is doing right now, because you're a conscious creator, and part of that is consciously sharing your light. But when you unite with your quote-unquote one, then the light becomes double. Oh, we talked about it with Twin Towers. I talked about it at the beginning of the month. The Twin Towers. Here we go. It's all coming full circle. It's exponential, and it's exponential times 2. So we need more of that strategically placed. We need more of that Twin Towers, exponential light times 2 energy, doing sacred work. Its time has come for more of that to start to pop off. And it all starts with a wish, whether you've wished in the past or you've wished now. Like I said, it doesn't happen overnight. I made a wish 3 years ago. 3 years ago. And And Spirit is now saying that I get to move forward. So I had to learn as much about the journey as I could so that I can come and help and teach and help with the healing and all of that for all of you. So I'm not saying let's not get caught up on timelines, because everybody's journey is going to be different. If you're willing to put in the work and show up every month, then you're going to reap the rewards. If you're just kind of like not a people pleaser, but like a yes person, because I know a lot of people that are like, yes! And then when it gets right down to it, I can tell that they're maybe like part-time doing something, or they maybe just every now and then are doing something, and they're not all in. So if you're not all in, you're really just wasting, number one, your own time, and you'll kind of be wasting the time of everybody else in our group, because I want the people that are all in. Because if you're a part-time person and you're not willing to step it up and be all in, then there's really no sense in coming on this journey with us, because you'll just be disappointed, because we'll move forward and you'll kind of be stuck behind because you're not doing what you need to do. So I guess the first thing now for this introduction is to make a commitment, and we will check in periodically throughout this series to kind of pare away at anybody who's not, and we won't come, the guides will know, and something will be put out there, something I'll say or whatever won't resonate with you anymore, and you'll be like, oh, I'm done with her, and you'll just fall away. I don't come in and do anything. So you will know when it's time for those check-ins, if that's you or not. I've been all in for quite some time now. It's painstakingly slow at times, fast at other times. It is rewarding, and rewards are still yet to be reaped, I guess, is that the right word? But this is the point now in this introduction where, as I've got horses are amplifying, I'm staring at the sun, I'm looking out over the burial mounds, for you to decide whether you're all in or whether if you're not all in and you're here to support, then I would love that. We need support. People need support on this journey. You cannot do it alone. And whether you support by maybe building an altar to assist the rest of us in the group, because I know there are some of you out there who are excellent space holders who may not be directly impacted by what's happening, but who are here to help hold the space for others. And this group will need that. We will need space holders to, build altars, send Reiki, call down, asking for divine intervention, divine guidance, for those of us that are doing this series. And believe me, when you do something like that, you're always rewarded for your efforts. You may not be rewarded with finding your one, because that's not what you are here to do, but you will exponentially be rewarded in some other way. And I think for those of you that are that type of space holder, you already are familiar with that it's not a tit for tat, like I'm hold space for you, so for you to find your one, so I'm going to find my one. It's not that. It's like different. It's like you hold space for us, and then in return, something magical that you were expecting shows up for you. So that's what that means. So I invite our wish makers, our knights on white horses, our divine masculine, our ladies in waiting who really are not in waiting, but we'll get to that later, and our space holders, our dragon guardians and keepers, keepers of the lines. Oh my, I just noticed this bench has hearts all over it. That is beautiful. Those hearts look so familiar, like I've drawn something like that before. But I invite you all to join us for this series, this Knights and Ladies series. It all starts with a wish. So here together, even if you've already wished on this star, I invite you to recommit to the journey now. Finding that one, that counterpart, that twin flame, that perfect soulmate, whatever tag you want to label, whatever label you want to put on it. It's the other part of you that's here to work with you on the next leg of your soul mission. Recommit, can commit now, make that wish, and then make a commitment to work with us. If you resonate with me, you can go find any teacher you want, but if you resonate with me, if you don't resonate with me, then what will happen is another teacher will be brought to you, okay? Because our word is spreading further and wider now, and we're reaching a larger audience. Some of my quote-unquote restrictions have been lifted, and I am able to start reaching more people now because the soul work I needed to do to get aligned with my next mission and purpose has been completed. And so for those of you that have been here a while, you're going to notice on the channels that views are going up, subscriber count starts increasing, and it'll be kind of bittersweet for the days that we're just this little small group. So not everybody is going to resonate with this or resonate with me as a teacher for this. Some people are not aligned enough yet to work in our group. So there's nothing wrong with that. But for those of you that kind of fall away, in a sense, like, oh, I want to do that, but I don't think this group's right for me, then a teacher will be brought to you or shown to you. Okay? So let me just check in here with the guides and see if there's anything else they would like me to talk about for this introduction part. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so they're saying it all starts with the wish, recommitting or committing to this journey. And then, what you can do also as a touchstone is, make yourself, whatever a touchstone is to you, make yourself an altar space for this journey. Whatever, pick a special crystal or a special plant ally. Pick an ally or allies. For some of you who are more advanced, you can work with you're used to working with multiple allies at one time. Pick ally or allies, plant spirits, spirit guide or whatever, to walk with you through this entire series, because you will need their support. You will need a guide that you trust. Oh, I'm getting big chills. You will need a guide that you trust to walk with you on this journey and to help you do the work alongside you. All right. So I think that is all we have to share, as I'm already starting back down the trail, and I'm excited to work on this with you. Links to everything I talk about are always in the show notes, regardless of where you partake in this content. So if you need to reach out to me and would like to schedule some sort of private session, then my email is the best way to get in touch with me, and we can discuss all those particulars at that point. All right, you guys, I'm really excited to be doing this work with you, and we will talk to you again soon. Take care. Zippity-doo-dah. I'm still singing. So let me commit now to like every 2 weeks putting out content, okay, for this. So 2 weeks from now, we will come up with the first show in the series to help you get going. So between now and then, see what starts showing up for you as confirmations or signposts or the guides or whatever, and get ready to join us on this series on the podcast. So we will see you again soon, friends. Take care.
This episode has been brought to you by Buns & Such, Tessa Locke's premium bakery and workout bar. Visit anytime during the week and enjoy a free mini workout session and chocolate-filled donut. Thanks so much for listening. We'll see you again soon.